Good morning all dear students. Today we are discussing about the first lesson, the living world, under the first unit, diversity in the living world. So the living organisms which are only present on the earth planet, the living organisms which are only present on earth planet due to presence of some fundamental needs of living organisms like water, air, food, temperature, sunlight, etc. So these are the fundamental needs of the all living organisms. So the living organisms which shows the diversity, living organisms which shows the diversity or biodiversity. So what is the meaning of diversity? So the meaning of diversity, variety kinds or different kinds of living organisms, different kinds of living organisms which are different kinds of living organisms which are present on the earth planet. So we are called as the diversity. These living organisms, it shows a special property as a life or living. So you are already know about that the living and non-living things difference. So what is meant by a life or living? So the life can be defined as the state of material, on individual characterized by two ability to perform several functions like growth, reproduction, ability to sense, metabolism and self replication. So this growth, reproduction, ability to sense, metabolism and self replication, so these are the unique features of the living organisms. So these are the unique features or special properties of the living organisms. Let us we discuss one by one unique features of the living organisms. First one, it is the growth. Growth is defined as increase in mass, or dry weight and number of individuals is referred to as growth. So here increases in mass, increases in dry weight, and also increases the number of individuals. In unicellular organisms, growth and reproduction, so both are similar. Growth and reproduction in unicellular organisms are similar or synonymous because the unicellular organisms, it is made up of a single cell or one cell. So the single cell of the organisms, it contains both the nucleus and also protoplasm. In other words, cytoplasm and also nucleus both are present. So we are called as the protoplasm is present. So this is the newly formed unicellular organisms. Later it increases both cytoplasm and also nucleus. So it is a matured cell. The matured cell later it involves the process of cell division to produce the two daughter cells. So here increases the cytoplasm and also increases the nucleus or genetic material. We are considered as it is a growth. And here the unicellular organisms, it produces two daughter cells, so we are called as the reproduction. Next, in multicellular organisms, so the growth takes place by the process of cell division. Takes place in the body and produces more number of cells. Are produced and increases their weight and increases their length and also increases the mass of the organisms also takes place. But in plants growth is indeterminate. And in animals growth is determinate. In plants growth is indeterminate and in animals growth is determinate. So indeterminate, it means in plants growth takes place continuous. In their lifetime. In animals growth takes place growth takes place at a particular age. After that, so growth is stopped. So that in plants growth is indeterminate, in animals growth is determinate. Next, in some non-living things, so growth also takes place. Growth also takes place. Some non-living things, growth also takes place. For example, mountains, sand mounds, snow mounds, and also termitanium, so mountains, sand mountains, and the snow mounds, and also termitanium, the process growth also takes place. So for example, termitanium. So termitanium in Kannada language, so we are called as the Putta anta kariತೀವಿ. So the termitanium, it is a place of snakes. These snakes, they develops this termitanium. So here presence of some termites. So the termites belongs to the arthropoda. These termites which deposit some soil particles, and increases the length of the termitanium. In sand mountains also, due to deposition of some soil particles, increases their size, and in snow mountains also, deposition of some snow also increases their length. So the growth, it is a property, it is present in both living organisms and also non-living things also present. Next, second one, reproduction. Reproduction is defined as genetically similar organisms which can interbreed among themselves to produce fertile offspring, which are similar to their parents. So reproduction is defined as the genetically similar organisms which can interbreed among themselves to produce a fertile offsprings which are similar to their parents. The types of Mainly, we can differentiate into the two types of reproduction. So one is the sexual reproduction and second one is the asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. In the sexual reproduction, here involvement of the male and female organisms. Male and female organisms are involved to produce us the gametes. So both the gametes are fused to form a zygote. This zygote later develops into the fetus and also form the offsprings. In asexual reproduction, just there only one parent. Here only involves one parent to produce us the offsprings. So, in sexual reproduction, involvement of the male and also female organisms are involved. In asexual, there does not involvement of the male and also female. Here only one, they produce us the another one. Offsprings also produced in asexual reproduction. So, example for the reproduction. For example, human being. So, a involvement of the male and also female organisms to produce us the gametes and produce us the zygote and also later offsprings. So, this offsprings is a fertile one and also similar to their parents. So humans, it produces the humans. For example, mango plant. So this mango plant, it produces the mango seedlings or mango small plant. So it is a sexual reproduction takes place in the living organisms. And some of the living organisms, this reproduction process does not take place. For example, male donkey crossed with female horse, male donkey crossed with the female horse to produce us the another one hybrid called as the mule. So this mule, it is one of the hybrid one. It is infertile offspring and dissimilar to their parents. So here dissimilar organisms, male donkey and also female horse, it produces the infertile offspring. It is a mule. It is dissimilar to their parents. And also some of the organisms like worker, honeybee, infertile human, truffles. So it is also not involved in the reproduction process. Mule, worker, honeybee and infertile human beings are not produced. So finally we can ask that growth and reproduction, we are not considered as a defining property. defining property of living organisms. So, growth and reproduction we are not considered as a defining properties of the living organisms. It may ask you more questions. Why growth and reproduction are not considered as a defining properties of the living organisms? Because growth takes place in the living organisms and also non-living things. Living things and also non-living things, growth also takes place. Next, reproduction. So reproduction does not take place in some living organisms. Does not take place in some living organisms. So it is also not defining properties of the living organisms. Got it? Next, third one. Ability to sense. Ability to sense. So it is one of the unique properties of the living organisms. The organism is able to sense surrounding environment and responds to stimuli. Example for ability to sense. So plants are able to sense like water, temperature and also sunlight. So some plants like touch me not plant, sunflower, etc. And also in animals, this ability to sense, it is also unique properties. So in animals, presence of nervous tissue is present. So the nervous tissue, it helps to ability to sense their surroundings and responds to their stimuli. Next, metabolism. Metabolism. Metabolism is defined as the important one. One more questions. Define metabolism, or what is metabolism? Metabolism is defined as the sum total of all chemical reactions that takes place in living organisms. Takes place in the living organisms is called as the metabolism. So here different chemical reactions which takes place in the living organisms. These chemical reactions we can be differentiated into the two types. chemical reaction. So we can be differentiating to the two types. So one is the anabolism and another one catabolism. Anabolism is defined as the two or more number of simple molecules. Simple molecules combines to form a complex molecule. We are called as the anabolic reactions or anabolism. Two or more simple molecules combines to form a complex molecule. We are called as the anabolism. Example for anabolism: photosynthesis, so here simple molecules carbon dioxide plus water, so 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water with the presence of sunlight, by chlorophyll pigment to form a complex molecule glucose C6H12O6 plus 6 molecules of water plus oxygen. So you are already know about that, the definition of photosynthesis. So plants which can prepare their own food material by the process of photosynthesis, they utilize the carbon dioxide and also water molecules with the presence of sunlight by the chlorophyll pigments to produce the food molecule as a glucose. So glucose, it is a complex molecule formed by the simple molecules of water and also carbon dioxide. Next, another one, catabolism. Catabolism is defined as the a complex molecule breakdown to produce simple molecules. For example, catabolism, digestion. So the process of digestion, presence of proteins. So proteins, it is one of the component in our balanced food. Proteins, digestion takes place by the enzymes. Proteins, it is a complex molecule. So digestion takes place by the enzymes and finally produces the number of amino acid units. These amino acids are the simple molecules, proteins are the complex molecules. So more number of, it means number of amino acids which are present in the proteins. So these proteins are digested by the enzymes to produce the amino acids in itself formed due to the process of digestion. So it is also one of the biochemical reactions takes place in the living organisms. self-replication or self-synthesis. So the living organisms, it contains the cell. In this cell, presence of both cytoplasm and also nucleus, both are present. So the cytoplasm and also nucleus together called as the protoplasm. So this protoplasm is formed by the, means cytoplasm and also nucleus and also cell organelles, which are formed from the biomolecules. So the biomolecules, these biomolecules which are present in the living cell, and they are involved in the self-synthesis. Self-synthesis takes place, like here presence of one cell is there in multicellular organisms. One cell is there, here presence of nucleus, cytoplasm and also cell organelles, and presence of cell membrane and also cell wall. So this cell, it increases the cytoplasm and also nucleus, and also it involves in the process of cell division, like mitosis, cell division, and produces the two daughter cells. So here self-synthesis of the cell membrane, cell wall, genetic material like nucleus, cytoplasm, cell organelles, etc. So the living organisms which are involved in the self-replication of the, so self-replication also takes place in its own body. Thank you.